Everybody, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about a stock that is about to go crazy next week and why you should keep it in your watch list. I'm also going to be answering some of you guys' questions like we always do here on this channel. Now, before we begin, again, do not forget to annihilate the like button on your way in, and also don't forget to click on that subscribe button along with that notification bell. That way you don't miss out on the morning and the evening videos. So let's begin right off the bat. Okay, so today was a pretty interesting day. The volume was a little low midday. It wasn't too exciting until it got excited. This morning I told y'all I drew this thing for y'all. I drew the floor right here. I actually thought since we actually opened really low at around like 461, I actually thought that we could make a move lower and break it. And I was watching it really closely because again, the majority of the picks, the majority of the stocks that I told y'all to watch were bearish in the last like 2 days, right? So I was just watching the SPY for a continuation down here and getting lower and lower, and it didn't. It actually got back to this low, made a double bottom, and then immediately went the other direction. And there was a lot of buyers coming in the last 2 hours of market hours. Now, the SPY was not so. It wasn't so ruthless. The SPY was actually kind of kind, I would say, because if you look on here, there's kind of like this flag that formed. We got that happening on the chart right here. We got this thing happening, followed by the breakout and then the retest, followed by more money coming in, and then the gradual rise into the close, right? But if you take a look at the Dow Jones, the Dow Jones was the most ruthless of them all. And the reason why I say that is because throughout the day, I was watching this thing because again, I thought every single market was going to just turn and just break through the floor and go lower. I was just watching this thing patiently, and I saw this. I saw this thing forming a bearish pennant on the chart. All right, and this was kind of nasty because this right here is the moment where other people who may be like super bearish are looking for the breakdown and they immediately jump in, right? Immediately they jump on this thing and they buy like puts over here, or they start shorting and they go crazy, right? And they expect a larger move to the downside, and little do they know it just goes sideways and then traps them, right? There is a lot of bears over here, very nasty, and as you can see, it just squeezed them into the close. So next week, I think that the markets are actually going to do quite well. I think that the pain is actually over for now. All right, I think next week will be good. Now, the stock that all of you should be keeping in your watch list for next week that is gonna go crazy, that stock is Microsoft. All right, and the reason why I want to share Microsoft with y'all is because of this, for two reasons. Number one, let's go on the daily time frame. All right, and then if you zoom in right here, and we make this chart bigger like this, you can clearly see that we are forming a double bottom at the previous highs, right? So we got the previous highs over here of around 305, 306, and then we got this bounce right there, followed by another bounce right here, all right? And now I'm gonna zoom in again, right here. This is a bullish harami. We got the long bar red, and then we got the smaller bar, which is in the bottom third of the length of the previous one. This is a bullish harami, and then we're gonna zoom in even more, right? Now this is how I'm looking at it. So if you look closely at the 5-minute, there is a bullish pennant that broke out. It was quite clean. I was watching this thing all day. It broke out in the afternoon right over here, along with all of the buyers of the SPY. This thing is good for long, in my very honest opinion, of course, right? This thing is good for long. I think next week definitely watch Microsoft for a move all the way up to $318, maybe $320 on Tuesday because Monday is a holiday. So yeah, so that's the stock that is about to go crazy next week. Now let's talk about you guys' stocks of interest. Again, for those of y'all who dropped those in the comment section of this morning's video. The first one is Ford. What is going on with Ford? And Ford had its moments. I talked about this one quite a few times. I told y'all way back that it could make a move all the way up to $24. It got there. And then it just started consolidating and chopping over here, trapping some short sellers, of course, right? It's just trapping shorts right here, and then again trapping shorts right here, and probably trapping some shorts again today. I'm pretty sure some people got tempted to go short. This is not something that you want to go short. It's kind of doing this thing right there, right? This phase was a place where a lot of people were bearish, not a good idea. And now this place is a place where a lot of people are trying to get bearish, but it's just not working. Don't fight this trend, people. I'm bullish on the stock. I think it can continue. I think this trend can continue all the way up to $27. The volume is not too ridiculous. Like, yeah, it is fading back down again, but I think eventually it's gonna pick back up and we will see this thing at $27 within the next few weeks. I don't know when exactly, but I'm not bearish. If you look on the daily, you'll see what I mean. Like, it's just slowly grinding up. It's just not giving out at all. So that's my very honest opinion on Ford. The next one that we're going to discuss in this video, we're gonna talk about Lucid. Yeah, because it's been a while. It's been a while since we talked about Lucid. I told y'all to watch this thing for a run all the way up to, I believe it was like 150. We're gonna zoom in here. All right, so this was Lucid. Lucid looked really clean, right? I told y'all when I posted it and people made some money on it. And then when it got to here and the whole market was just shifting to the bearish side, I warned some people to take their money off the table, even though it wasn't even at 50. Like, it was very important that people knew that, hey, it may not reach the expectations, so it's important to like take your gains and leave. And yes, people in the Discord left on that day before we started focusing on the like stocks that we were shorting, like AFRM, for example. All right. And as you can see, this thing just collapsed. It just collapsed. And it's going to take some time in order to recover. I don't know how long it's going to take to recover. I don't know if it's going to recover. I'm just waiting for it to show a different structure that I like to the long side or to the short side. It really doesn't matter to me. Like, I don't have a bias on this stock, especially like after what happened this week. It's kind of like in a neutral zone where I'm just watching it from afar. If it does something cool, then great. We will take a trade on it. If it doesn't do anything nice, and yeah, we'll just leave it alone. And we'll just look for something that offers a bigger opportunity. All right. So that's my honest thoughts on Lucid. The next one that we're going to cover Roku. All right. And for those of y'all who watched this morning's video, and for those of y'all who watched last night's video, congratulations. I talked about Roku a few times. I told y'all specifically that we were going to get to 160. All right, and it dropped to 159.76. So if you took the day trade here, congrats. If you took the shorts here, congrats. Again, this stock did really well for hopefully all of you, because I saw some of y'all in the comment section mentioning how y'all made some money on this. So good job. Where is it gonna go next? I think we bounce. I honestly think that we bounce. I'm not bearish at this level. 160 was the bottom that I thought this is the spot where you should bounce Roku, and I think that it's going to bounce. I think. All right. I'm not bearish here. Lots of buyers, as you can see. If you look at the bottom right there, lots of buyers, and the short sellers who are still shorting for some reason are probably not going to be happy when it opens up at 173 and then starts running. So yeah, just be on the lookout for Roku too. All right. And also another stock that sort of kind of did well was AFRM. Yeah, we're gonna talk about AFRM. As you can see, again, I've been like following up with this one, like targeting this one a lot. Congrats again to anybody who made money on AFRM. I told y'all that it would drop all the way down to fill that gap, and it did, right? It did. I showed y'all this thing, I showed y'all this thing, I showed y'all this thing, and that thing. And it all made sense. It was very, very smooth and very, very easy. Okay? So congrats on those of you who made money on that one as well. And that is the end of the video. Again, do not forget to annihilate the like button for the YouTube algorithm. As always, helps the channel tremendously and it allows more people to get this knowledge as well. Also, if you are brand new to the channel or you haven't done so already, definitely click on subscribe and click on the notification bell along with all notifications. That way you don't miss out on the pre-market analysis videos and the post-market analysis videos. All right. If you'd like to be part of a private Discord community, you can find that as the first link in the description of the video below. If you're not following us on social media, you can find me at Ngumah and PATTERNOLOGY LAB on Instagram and on Twitter. And lastly, if all of this is brand new to you, if you're interested in getting started in the stock market, well, there's some very basic step-by-step directions in the description of the video below. Step 1 to step 3. It only takes about 15 minutes or less for you to get signed up with every single tool you need to start trading immediately. You can also get 2 free stocks valued up to $1,850 right after signing up with Webull using the third link in the description of the video below. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ngumah with PATTERNOLOGY LAB, where we trade patterns and patterns only. And I will see all of you in the next video.